everyone. My name is Morgan Conley, and I am a financial aid counselor here at Youngstown State University. The topic I will be covering with you all today is maintaining financial aid eligibility. The first part of this topic I will be covering is satisfactory academic progress. Federal and state of Ohio regulations require that Youngstown State University reviews the academic progress of students annually, whether they are a previous federal aid recipient or not. SAP, which is Satisfactory Academic Progress, is evaluated during the spring semester. The purpose of this review process is to measure whether a student is making satisfactory progress towards their educational goals. All federal programs and the Ohio College Opportunity Grant, which is a state program, is affected when a student is not in compliance with satisfactory academic progress policy. The PA state grant awarded through FIA is not governed by the satisfactory academic progress policy, but rather by the respective state of Pennsylvania. Next, I will be covering the three components that make up our satisfactory academic progress policy. One being the minimum grade point average, two is percentage completion rates, and three is maximum time frame to earn the degree sought. First up is the minimum grade point average that I'll be expanding on. All students at YSU are required to maintain a minimum cumulative grade point average. With undergrad students, they must maintain a minimum of 2.0 GPA, and graduate students must maintain a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. The next component in this policy is percentage completion rates. So we find the completion rate, and how we calculate this number is by dividing the completed hours by the cumulative hours attempted for freshmen. And a freshman is considered a student who has 0 to 29 hours, credit hours earned. They must complete a minimum of 55% of those total cumulative hours they've attempted. For sophomores, who a sophomore is 30 to 59 credit hours earned, they must maintain a minimum of 60% of the hours that they have attempted. With juniors, they must maintain a 65% of the hours attempted. Seniors must maintain a total of 70% of the hours attempted. They must complete 70% of the hours that they attempt. And then graduate students must complete a minimum of 50% of the hours that they have attempted. So it does increase as you earn more credit hours and as you level up throughout your career here at YSU. So please be aware of the minimum completion rate that you must have. And if you ever have questions, you can always come and speak to a financial aid counselor, and we can help see if you are potentially at risk of being cited for SAP with this component. The third component is maximum time frame to earn the degree sought. So when a student attempts hours reaches 150% of the maximum hours needed to complete either an associate's, which is 90 to 110 hours, or a bachelor's degree, which is 180 to 216 credit hours, then federal financial aid eligibility will be suspended unless the time frame is extended with an appeal. This appeal has to be completed by their academic advisor, and they would need to obtain an academic advisor evaluation form. The advisor would then have to say, this is how many hours the student has until they will have a degree, either an associate's or a bachelor's. And then our office would then determine if they can receive federal financial aid or not with the SAP appeal form and the academic advisor evaluation form turned in. For graduate degrees, they must be completed by the length of the time standards established and monitored by the School of Graduate Studies. So I kind of went into a little bit of the appeal process, but here is where I will explain what the overall appeal process is. So in the spring, when we run our report to see if a student is cited for SAP, they will be cited in the spring, and they will be notified that they need to submit an appeal form. And as you can see on this screen, that is what our appeal form looks like. The appeal forms, the first part says that the student needs to explain why they were unable to maintain satisfactory academic progress. So for example, if a student is cited for GPA in the springtime because it went below the required 2.0 GPA for an undergrad student, then they would need to explain why they were not able to maintain a 2.0 GPA. What happened? Maybe they fell behind in a class. And then the next box would then allow the student to explain the corrective measures that they will take or have taken to help them get back on track and achieve and maintain satisfactory academic progress. So for the example of the GPA, the student would then need to explain the corrective measures. And one example could be that they go and seek help by getting a tutor at the Resch Academic Success Center, for an example. Say, for example, that the student was cited for maximum time frame, they would also need to accompany their satisfactory academic progress appeal form with the academic advisor letter. And they would need to turn both of those into our office. And then after all applicable forms have been turned in, the student would then wait for an email notifying them of a decision. The next topic I will cover is when a student decides to completely withdraw from a term. Federal financial aid eligibility is contingent upon the completion of a term. When a student needs to completely withdraw from a semester, that student would have to meet with a financial aid counselor in our office to discuss the potential ramifications of the withdrawal. They have to take into account the time frame of the semester and how much federal aid was actually earned up to that point. It is possible that federal aid would be returned to the Department of Education through this process and after speaking with the financial aid counselor, and as a result, it would actually generate a balance with YSU. We tell all our students that if they are completely withdrawing and the withdrawal is based off of involuntary reasons or medical reasons, and that's why they have to withdraw, please note that when they meet with the financial aid counselor, and we'd be able to give them the contact information for the dean of the students, because there could be a potential that the charges could be appealed. So please just bring up that you need the contact information with the counselor for the dean of the students, and we'd be able to provide that info. Next topic I will cover is when a student repeats coursework and the eligibility. Federal regulations state students who pass a course with a grade of a D or above can retake the same course only one more time to receive financial aid for that course. If a course is taken for a third time after that, then they are no longer eligible for financial aid. These regulations would impact the federal Pell Grant, the Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grants, Work Study, Stafford Loans, and PLUS Loans. Last but not least, I want to just let you all know of our office information. We have appointments that can be scheduled by calling our phone number on the screen. You can make an appointment Monday through Friday during the office hours of 8 to 4:30. And we also have walk-in hours Monday through Friday, where a student does not need an appointment. The walk-in hours are from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Our other contact information is also listed, like our website, our email if you have any questions, and our mailing address if that pertains to what you need. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions, and we are more than happy to help. Thank you so much.